Hello friends. Today, in this week, we shall study the second topic of this your third unit, which is called as the linear partial differential equations. इसके पहले हमने सभी नॉन लीनियर पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं डिस्कस किया. थ्री टाइप्स के, फोर टाइप्स के थे परहैप्स. एफ ऑफ पी क्यू इक्वल टू जीरो, एफ ऑफ पी क्यू जेड इक्वल टू जीरो, f of xp equal to g of yq, then plus type. Now, we shall see how to solve the linear partial differential equations. Linear partial differential equations. Question is linear partial differential equations म्हणजे काय? How do we recognize these equations? So the basic definition or how we define these equations as the differential equation of the type, the partial differential equation of the type, which type? PP plus QQ equal to R. Such type of differential equations, PP plus QQ equal to R. So what are these capital P, Q and R? Capital P, capital Q and capital R, these are the functions of x and y and z. Functions of x, y and z, and of course this P and Q, they have their standard meanings as dou z by dou x and dou z by dou y. So that is how the standard form of partial differential equation is, linear partial differential equations. These are also called as the Lagrange's linear partial differential equations. Lagrange's LPDE. Now, question is how to solve these differential equations. LPDE, linear partial differential equation. So, step 1 is we write the given equation in the form, which form? PP plus QQ equal to R. If it is not given in this prescribed form, then after rearranging some terms, we transform the given differential equation into this standard form. Step 2 is identify P, Q and R. P, Q, R means what? Capital P, capital Q, capital R. These are the coefficients of small p, small q. Capital P is coefficient of small p, whereas capital Q is coefficient of small q, and capital R are the remaining terms on the right hand sides. Step 3 is what is this step 3? Form the auxiliary equations. auxiliary equations means what? The equations which helps us, which equations which supports us, which these are called as auxiliary equations. These equations, they have the form as dx upon p equal to dy upon q equal to dz upon capital R. So that is how we form these auxiliary equations. Dx upon, write down capital P over there, dy upon capital Q equal to dz upon capital R. These are the three equations. These are also called as auxiliary simultaneous equations. So these are the some primary steps of solving any linear partial differential equations. Once we reach the auxiliary equations, then in the step number 4 is step number 4 is now after forming the auxiliary equations dx upon p, dy upon q, dz upon r, there are two different ways of solving these, or two different methods or procedures by virtue of which we solve these simultaneous auxiliary equations. One method is method of grouping. Another method is method of multipliers. Another method is method of multipliers. So today we shall discuss the method of grouping. Method of grouping. So what is the method of grouping? If the equations are dx upon p equal to dy upon q equal to dz upon capital R, if if there is a situation in the example such that dx upon p equal to dy upon q, in this pair of equations, if in this group of equations, if dx upon capital P and dy upon capital Q, if the third variable z is absent, then we solve these equations. Otherwise not. Unless the z is absent, we cannot solve this pair of equations. Dx upon capital P equal to dy upon capital Q. In this z should be absent. Then we can group these two equations, first and second equations, and solve them for x and y. The same logic holds for the another pair of equation. Again, if in dy upon capital Q equal to dz upon capital R, if in pair of x is absent, the third variable is x over here, Then, then we shall solve this. We solve this. Very simple procedure. And lastly, if dx upon capital P equal to dy upon capital R, if the third variable z is absent. If you see, z is not there in the terms. If then we solve this pair, this group. That is why this is called as method of grouping. So very simple method. Now we shall go for some examples to solve this equation. Let us start with the first example. Example number 1. Let us begin with a very simple example. Solve x times q equal to yp plus x into e to the power x square plus y square. Nothing to worry about these exponential terms and power x square plus y square. It's very simple. At the outset, we see over here that this is of the type pp plus qq equal to r. This can be, after rearrangement, written as, how we can written, minus yp plus x times q should be written in the form of a pp plus qq equal to r. X times e to the power x square plus y square. There. So we observe over here that it is of the type pp plus qq equal to r, which is Lagrange's linear partial differential equation. You must mention each and every specific type. So as it is Lagrange's linear partial differential equation, here, where? Here, capital P is the coefficient of small p. What is it? It is minus y. Capital Q is coefficient of small q, it is plus x, whereas the right hand side r is x into e to the power x square plus y square. These are the values of p, q, r. Therefore, if once we have identified the values of capital Q and capital R, the auxiliary equations are, the formula for auxiliary equations is dx upon capital P equal to dy upon capital Q equal to dz upon capital R. So we shall substitute all these values of P, Q and R. Dx upon P is minus y, dy upon x and dz upon x into e to the power x square plus y square. Now as this is an example of method of grouping, we observe over here that in first pair of equations dx upon minus y and dy upon x, we see over here that z is absent. Therefore, what shall we do? Therefore, grouping. Grouping what? Dx upon minus y equal to dy upon x. Simply. Now we shall solve this pair of equations. You cross multiply, therefore x dx equal to minus y dy, which gives me x dx plus y dy equal to 0. So on integrating this, we get that x square by 2 plus y square by 2 is equal to c dash, or say x square plus y square is equal to c1. This is the first arbitrary family of solution of the first grouping. Moreover, we see over here that value of this x square plus y square we have found to be constant in the first part of this solution of this example. Now we shall group the another pair. Which pair? dy upon x equal to dz upon x into e to the power c1 grouping. In dy upon x dz upon x into e to the power c1, I have replaced x square plus y square by this constant c1. We see over here that x is common, so x goes. So in the second pair, x is absent almost. As x is absent, we shall solve this group of equations for its individual solution. How it is? e to the power c1 into dy equal to dz. Or on integrating this, therefore, e to the power c1 y minus z is equal to c2. So this is the second pair of equations. And how do we write the general solution? The general solution or complete integral is written as f of c1 comma c2 equal to 0. This is again the formula of writing the general solution of any linear partial differential equations. So substituting the values of c1 and c2, f of what was c1? It is of course x square plus y square, comma value of c2 is e to the power c1y minus z, c1y minus z, f of c1 comma c2 equal to 0. This would be your final general solution of your this given Lagrange's linear partial differential equations. Hope you have understand this solution of this example. We shall solve two more examples. Let us solve the second example. Example number 2. Y square z times p plus x squared z times q, x square z times q equal to xy square. It is already given us in the form of p plus q equal to r. So it is of course LLPD, Lagrange's linear partial differential equations. Okay. Moreover, capital P is y square z, capital Q is x square z, capital R is xy square. Very simple. Auxiliary equations. What are the auxiliary equations? Its formula is dx upon p, dy upon capital Q, dz upon capital R. Okay. Substituting these values, therefore, the auxiliary equations become dx upon y square z equal to dy upon x square z dz upon xy square. So, in the first pair of equations, we can cancel the variable z from the denominator and it goes, and hence it is absent over there. Therefore, grouping dx upon y square z equal to dy upon x square z. Cancelling this z, it reduces to dx upon y square equal to dy upon x square. Therefore, we can separate the variables. X square dx equal to y square dy. Y square dy. On integrating this, x cube by 3 minus y cube by 3 is equal to c dash, or multiplying this by 3, x cube minus y cube is equal to 3c dash, let it is called as c1. So this is the first pair of equations in the solution of the first part. This is the solution of the first grouping. Dx upon y square z upon equal to dy upon x square z. After grouping this, we have found this solution f of x y z equal to 0. Z is absent over here. Now let us see whether we can group second and third equation or not. Can we group these equations in dy and dz? X should be absent. It is not possible because dy upon x square is there and in dz upon x is there. Only one x goes, another x left over there. So we cannot eliminate x by cancelling. So second and third equation, pairing this dy and dz is not at all possible. Now check. We have already paired first and second. Second and third is not possible. Now pair first and third. If we pair first or group first and third, we observe over there y square is common. And this y square is common. We can cancel this y square. And y square, after cancelling, this y goes from first and third, dx upon c here. We shall see dx upon y square z equal to dz upon xy square. We cancel y square. We left with, therefore, dx upon z equal to dz upon x. Which gives me, what does it give me? X dx equal to z dz. Sorry, it is z dz. So, on integrating this, x square minus z square equal to c2, this family of hyperbolas in xz plane. This is the solution of this group, first with third, and this general solution is given by f of c1 comma c2 equal to 0. c1 and c2 are C1 is x cube minus y cube, whereas C2 is this x square minus z square. So this is your required general solution of this given Lagrange's linear partial differential equations. We shall solve one more so as to clear your doubts. Let me solve one more. Okay. Third example. Each time I have to select this option. I am working in this pen tab. The third example. Is p times tan x plus q times tan y equal to tan z. Very simple equations. I am providing you a very short and quick solution as. So tan x is capital P, tan y is capital Q, coefficient of Q, and capital R is this tan z. So I am writing dx upon capital P is tan x. Very simple example. dy upon tan y equal to dz upon tan z. Now grouping. It is very simple to group. What shall we group? Dx upon tan x equal to dy upon tan y, and this z is absent. After pairing or grouping this and integrating this, dx upon tan x. What is the integral of cot x is log of sin x is equal to log of sin z plus log of c, say. Integral cot x 1 upon tan x means cot x, it is log sin x. 1 upon cot z, it is cot 1 upon tan z means cot z, its integral is log sin z. So log of sin z upon, sin x upon sin z is equal to log of c. Or after equating this, sin x upon sin x upon sin z is equal to c1. Log of a equal to log of b means a and b, they are equal. This sin x upon sin z is equal to replace c by c1. Now, after grouping this, I have got this solution. I can group second and third also. In second and third, we see over here that x is absent. We can even group first with third. In first and third, y is absent. So, grouping now. You can group any pair you wish, grouping which dy upon tan y. I am grouping second with third equal to dz upon tan z. If we have grouped this, I have got sin x upon sin z, the solution solution of this group is sin y upon sin z is equal to C2. As we have seen here, sin x upon sin z, it will be sin y upon sin z, the general, hence, the general solution is f of C1 comma C2 equal to 0. Substituting the values of C1 and C2, sin x upon sin z and C2 is sin y upon sin z. Which is the required general solution. So that is the first method by virtue of which we solve the linear partial differential equations, the method of grouping. Now, the another method is method of multipliers. Method of I shall just explain this method to you. The problems based on this we shall solve in the next lecture. Okay. Method of multipliers, as I have told you, is applied to the auxiliary equation. Let dx upon p equal to dy upon q equal to dz upon capital R. Earlier we have seen the method of grouping. In many examples, we cannot group any pair of equations. Neither we can group first with second, nor we can group second with third, or first with third. So whenever it is impossible to group the pair of terms, we use this method of multipliers. So what this method of multiplier is? Method of multiplier is you have to choose the three multipliers. We choose, we select, we find the three multipliers. Multipliers. We denote these multipliers by LMN. L, M, and N. Now select, we choose these three multipliers LMN such that there should be one, this condition is important. How we choose this multiplier? Such that this product L times capital P plus M times capital Q plus N times capital R, this must be a 0. This is the condition. Why deliberately we choose this LP plus MQ equal plus NR equal to 0? Just because this, since dx upon this simultaneous pair of equation dy upon q equal to dz upon capital R, these are in proportion with this LDX plus MDY plus NDZ upon LP plus MQ plus NR. This is by theory of ratio and proportion. If we multiply the numerators, all the numerators by L, M, N respectively and add. Similarly, denominators respectively by L, M, N, and R. They are in ratio and proportion with these simultaneous auxiliary equations. So, what is the denominator? Denominator is LP plus MQ plus R. This is in ratio or it is equal to this ratio. So, if LP plus MQ plus NR is 0, what does it mean? That means therefore LDX plus MDY plus NDZ is equal to 0. This differential equation, an exact differential equation which is easily integrable, we get after determining the element. If we integrate this, we get the solution as f of xyz equal to c1 on solving. On solving this. This is the first set of multipliers element. Again, choosing another set of multipliers, say L dash, M dash and N dash, such that L dash P plus M dash Q plus N dash R equal to 0 plus N dash R. L dash P plus M dash Q plus N dash R equal to 0. If this is 0, therefore similarly L dash dx plus M dash dy plus N dash dz equal to 0. Again, on integrating this, on solving, we get again, say g of xyz equal to c2 and the general solution is, say, phi of c1 comma c2 is equal to 0. Method is exactly same. Just in this case you have to choose the two different set of multipliers. Each multiplier is set of three multipliers, element L dash, M dash, M dash, or L1, M1, N1, whatever you said. You must get LP plus MQ plus NR equal to 0 and L dash P plus M dash Q plus N dash R equal to 0. That is the condition. And directly integrate L dx plus M dy plus N dz in the first half. In the next half, L dash dx plus M dash dy plus N dash dz. You get two different set of solutions, f of xyz equal to c1 and g of xyz equal to c2. General solution is phi of c1 comma c2 is 0. That is the methodology. In the next lecture, we shall solve the examples based on this. So, thank you very much. Hope you have enjoyed this lecture on PenTab. Thank you very much.